Well, we begin with breaking news out of Ukraine. There have been a series of 3 powerful explosions heard near the western city of Lviv. A plume of black smoke can be seen rising over the city. Now, the cause of those explosions is still unknown. A city council member is telling people to stay calm and to remain inside. Lviv has been a safe haven for refugees fleeing the fighting in the east and has been relatively untouched by Russian attacks compared to other cities. There's no word yet of any injuries. And again, what caused those explosions? Let's take you now over to CTV's chief international correspondent, Paul Workman. He is in Lviv, Ukraine, and the image that we're seeing behind you, Paul, that black smoke that we talked about, give us a sense what you've been seeing and hearing right now.
Well, it does appear as if the target was fuel storage tanks inside the city of Lviv, fairly close to the downtown area, maybe 2 or 3 kilometers away as far as I can tell. One of our colleagues, Ukrainian colleagues, saw 3 missiles overhead, actually, before they struck the target, then heard the explosions. So it was obviously, probably long-range Russian cruise missiles, I suspect. No word on casualties, as you said, although we spoke to a woman who said the windows were blown out in her house. She lived relatively close to where the explosion happened, although I don't believe there were a lot of civilians living in that area. It seems to be more of an industrial area, like industrial section. That's the story for now. The fire is still raging. I'm not sure if firefighters are even bothering to try to put it out. Maybe just we'll let it burn out, but it does appear as if it's storage tanks. And now the Russians hitting again in the western part of Ukraine, as you said, which has been really quite safe over the last month.
Yeah, I can only imagine, Paul, how people are feeling, because as you say, there are those that have been able to sort of move out of the volatile areas. They're moving to places like Lviv, feeling that this is at least somewhere where it's safe. We've done so many conversations with you where things seem to be a business as usual, things seem to be normal, but this could be a turn of events here.
Well, this brings it relatively close to the center of the city, and as we were coming here to this area, people were still walking around downtown Lviv. You could see the smoke in the background. Everybody knew it was there, but nobody seemed overly concerned. However, I think when they realized just how close these missiles came, they may have a different sense of how close the war now may be. This, of course, coming after the Russians announced that they are changing their tactics. Their claim that their first stage of their invasion is over, and they're now going to move and try to fully secure areas in the southeastern part of Ukraine. Well, they bombed western Ukraine today.
Yeah, exactly. And we know, of course, there have been continued calls to provide safe passage for those trying to leave the region on a humanitarian basis there. Any sense, any updates on those humanitarian corridors being given approval? Are people being able to get out?
Well, we're not getting lists of so-called corridors as we were a couple of weeks ago. But I know that people are coming out of Mariupol in their private cars, getting on buses. So they are able to get out. And I'm not sure how many in terms of numbers, whether it's hundreds, whether it's thousands. But, yes, people have been moving and being able to come to, some of them to the western part of the country. We're also hearing that the Russians are directing and forcing people to go eastward towards Russia itself. And certainly the Russians are very much trying to move into the areas and parts of the cities which they now control. In Mariupol, for example, it's Russians who are giving out food aid, and this is coming directly from Vladimir Putin's political party. So it's very interesting to see what's happening in some of those occupied neighborhoods of Mariupol, for example.
Before I let you go, Paul, and you've covered so many of so many wars, so many conflicts, et cetera, what you're seeing and what you've experienced over the last month or so, and we know you've been there on the ground, how does this compare to what you've experienced before?
Well, I think some of the scenes that we're seeing out of Kharkiv and out of Mariupol are just about as bad as anything that's sort of happened anywhere. The cities have, by and large, been destroyed, certainly Mariupol. And let's remember Beirut, for example, which was, devastated during that long war, and we saw what happened in various parts of Iraq. And so it's pretty typical devastation of what happens in a war situation like this. It does look like Aleppo, and many people are making sort of comparisons with what the Russians did along with Syrian forces inside Syria itself during that civil war.
Well, you know, you're there on the ground with the team there doing incredible coverage for us, and we really appreciate it. Stay safe and well. Paul, CTV News Chief International Correspondent Paul Workman for us in Lviv, Ukraine. Thanks a lot for this, Paul.